how are you? I'm Ryan from the Music Workshop in Salem, New Hampshire. Today I'm going to talk about guitar humidifiers. So why should you humidify your guitar? Well, if you live in New England like I do, or basically really anywhere with a frequent change of weather or temperature, you also have to keep in mind changes in humidity. Now that's something that a lot of people often tend to forget about, and that's why it can often end up being kind of the silent killer of a lot of our favorite instruments. So keeping humidity in mind can really be the thing that preserves your instrument for many years to come. If you don't humidify your guitar, there are a number of bad things that can happen to it once it's dehydrated. One of the first things people tend to notice is you'll start to get a pretty bad bow in the neck. And what that means is that your neck will go from being straight to actually being bowed. That can give you some really bad, nasty, just terrible action, but on top of that, it can make it so when you play a note, it doesn't really ring out. You just get more of this kind of gross buzz that happens there, and no one really wants that. On top of that, other things that can happen, you can get some bubbling to happen over the body over here. Your bridge can pull up. As the wood expands and contracts, it can crack. But the metals can expand and contract, which means your frets can kind of edge out over the side of the fretboard, which means you can kind of cut your fingers on it, and they can completely pop up. The neck can kind of want to separate from the body. Just any number of just awful things, and they can all pretty much spell for the end of your guitar. So it's definitely good to keep it in mind. So great, we now know that humidity is great and dehydration is bad. What do we do with that information? Where do we go from here? Well, luckily us at the Music Workshop, we have a few tools that you can keep in your arsenal to help you really combat dehydration. One of my favorite ones, and well, actually most of my favorite ones are by the brand Planet Waves, but one of my favorite ones is called the Humidify. Basically all you do is you put the Humidify in the sleeve, you weave that in between your strings, and when you keep the guitar in your guitar case, it stays humidified. What's cool about it is that it automatically keeps the humidity between 40 and 50%, which is killer. Which, if you're looking for the information, that is the ideal humidity to aim for. So all you have to do is put it in the case and, forget it. You're all set. Another one that we have by Planet Waves as well is kind of a similar idea, but it's basically just, a pack that you can put a sponge in. You just wet the sponge, and you put that in your guitar case. Just make sure the sponge is hydrated, and you're pretty much good to go. We sell replacement sponges as well for when these things are totally dried up. But it's pretty much as simple as that. So it's a very simple process really, but it's something that's absolutely vital to keeping your guitar healthy and really making sure that you have many years with the instrument. So again, I'm Ryan Burke from the Music Workshop in Salem, New Hampshire, and hopefully that answered mostly any questions you had about humidifying your instrument. Basically the basic rule of thumb is once the heaters come on, the humidifiers go in. But yeah, if you have any other questions on product information or other techniques to keep your instruments well, shoot us an email at sales@mymusicworkshop.com or write it on our Facebook page, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to you on that. Alright, have a fabulous day, you guys.